What's going on, everybody? We are back again to take a look at another Xtool product. I've talked about the Xtool D1 before and done a review on that, but today, and people might fight me on this statement, we're going to go for bigger, because bigger is better. What I've got here from Xtool is their extension kit for the Y rails on the D1 Pro. So we're going to get these unboxed, take a look at them, and install them on my D1 Pro, and we're going to do that right now. All right, and for the extension kit, there are a couple of different options on the website that you'll see. So you can just get the rails. So these guys, you can just get the rail kit, and that's it. But I wanted the honeycomb as well, because if I'm actually going to try and use this to cut anything, one of my biggest complaints about just getting the D1 was that I didn't have a good surface to cut on. So like I was having to like build a platform and like lift up materials. Like the honeycomb is really what you want. You want to have something underneath that's going to lift your material off of any surfaces that could burn. Like for example, we're going to put it on this table just for sample sake, and I don't want it to just burn through this table. So yeah, this, and then it also comes with a plate that goes underneath it. So we'll just pop this open. We'll take a look at what's going on. So as always, Xtool has a little instruction guide. Can't imagine that this is going to be much since it's really just the honeycomb bed. So look, it literally says pull the honeycomb bed out, put it over the top of this, and then you can kind of square it up, fasten it to the machine. So like it's pretty basic. So we'll throw this to the side for a minute and let's take a look. Okay, so there is our protective sheet that goes underneath. So that way we're not burning down through to the material or to the table. Looks like it's a metal. It sounds metal, like a piece of a sheet aluminum. Put that out of the way. Ooh, Xtool, and man, it's a nice, pretty, clean honeycomb bed. It's been a while since I've seen a honeycomb bed this clean. My other lasers, they are pretty dang dirty. Even after cleaning multiple times, they're trashed. But that's what they're there for. So yeah, we'll get this out, and then we'll get started on the rails and actually what the meat of this video is for. So something that you don't want to miss, actually over on one side of the honeycomb, there's these little slots where this stuff is all hiding. So you don't want to just go and like take this whole box and throw it away. So these are some of the corners that actually go on the honeycomb. And then these are actually some hold downs that go inside of the little honeycomb loops. So you'll want to make sure that you pull this stuff all out so you have it for later. All right, so now we'll actually get the extension rails out and see what's going on here. So we'll slide these out. And I mean, they honestly look just like the rails that are on the machine now, just longer, bigger, better. Don't miss any of your little trinket things. Just pull this foam out just to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yep, that's everything. So it is the two rails, and you got a box there full of little goodies. So we'll pop this open. So obviously you need longer cables for your rails. So you got those. Some zip ties, obviously, to help zip tie things together. So that way it's up cable management out of the way. You got some new belts because obviously you need longer ones for that longer rail. And just some more hardware stuff there. And also it looks like some more cable management, just basically like a wrap for some of the cables. So let's get into it. All right, so now it is time that we have to disassemble the machine so that way we can take all the components from here and install them on the other rails. So I'll link Xtool's video right here on how to do that. Actually, I'll probably send you just to their page, and there's a couple of videos that can walk through. There's also a couple of links with the documentation to everything that you need. So I'm not going to go all the way into detail about all that, but ultimately you come through, you undo all your different cables, you undo all the different ties that are around here, like all of my cable management, that all has to come out. You take apart the different rails, you take the motors off, you take the pulleys off, just a lot of the stuff. But again, I'll send you a link or put you a link up here so that way you can go take a look at it and have all the instructions. But yeah, I'm going to go through, do all that right now. We'll come back when the assembly is all put back together. And just like that, it's all put together. So there, in this process, there are a bunch of these little screws that you're going to try and keep track of. So one thing I do recommend, like having some kind of tray. This one it's magnetic, so I was able to just kind of toss all my stuff in there, and it's stuck in the tray. If I bumped the table, it wasn't going anywhere. You don't want to lose any of these screws or have them rolling around on the floor. So yeah, this is great. And honestly, look, it's magnetic to the bed. So, but yeah, having something like that helps you manage all the screws and keep them all in place. But you can see now this thing literally is double the size it was before. So twice as long or twice as deep, whatever you want to call it. And so definitely opens up for a lot bigger projects, especially if you are trying to use, your D1 for cutting. I mean, it makes it so that way now you're using some substantially larger sheets and doing bigger projects, so that way you are being more efficient. Um, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of that cardboard that came in here, and we're just going to show, working at a project, maybe something big, an engraving, or even just doing some cutting in different spots and just showing the machine working. One thing that I am noticing, if you have the honeycomb sitting in here, um, there's not a whole lot of height left on the Z axis, or like this Z height here. So I will probably want to, I guess I've got enough, but I'll probably even go and you can put the extended feet on here, just get a little bit more height. So, we'll test it out, we'll see. But yeah, looking good. So let's connect the machine and let's show it working. All right, so now I've got the computer hooked up to it. The issue that we're having is obviously my D1 was much smaller before. So it is about 36 inches. I think it's a little bit longer, but we're going to go with 36 inches as the work area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. We are going to open up these settings, and we've got the work size right here. So we can actually go and change that. So it's 17, and we're going to do here, I believe it is 36 inches. So we'll go ahead and say okay now, and that updates, and look, there you go. So now I've got my much longer y-axis, and the x-axis is the same. All right, so now I got a big project in here. So we're going to do this skeleton hand, this little peace sign deal. And for the sake of time, what I'm actually going to do is everything is going to be line. So I've set up everything that is in black to be much faster, so it'll be like a score. And then everything that's in blue, which is this out perimeter, it will be slower to try and cut it through. So it looks like it's set up to be 20 inches. Oh, if we get this to focus. Yeah, so 20 inches by almost 11 and a half wide. So that'll be set up so it will be right here in the middle of this. And let's take a gander. Let's see what it does and how it looks. All right, so I had to do a couple of different adjustments just to get some of these lines to show up better. But I think we've got it now, so that way we're at least able to see like where these lines are at. You can obviously see I changed some of the layers so that way the outside layer wasn't trying to cut first. I was out of focus when I first started getting it into focus. Like even the seasoned people, we got to remember to go back to our basics and focus our machines. But we're running now, and let's let this do its thing, and we'll come back and see if it gets cut out. All right, so it looks like I was a little overzealous with some of my cut lines, not quite cut through right here. But it looks like it's doing pretty good right here. So we might have to just run a second pass. All right, so with just a little bit of pulling on this, it actually popped right out. So there you go. You can see, oh, let's get some good light. There is our little peace sign, our little skeleton peace sign. So obviously way bigger than what we were doing before with the smaller platform with the shorter rails. You can see, kind of where it extended from. We could have gone even bigger. One of the things that I'm thinking I want to do, my wife has been asking me for a canvas. And so, or not a canvas, but a picture specifically for Halloween. And I want to do it on canvas and I want to engrave canvas and see. But one of the limitations that I had is the canvas she wanted was longer than what my D1 was. So now I've got the opportunity to do it. So honestly, this is super awesome. Definitely have, I mean, is this the biggest diode that is on the market, like from a manufacturer? I think it might be with these extension rails. I know I've seen a lot of DIY machines that are bigger and maybe even wider, but this is awesome. So um, definitely going to do some more projects. I'll probably have some more project videos as I start using this. But yeah, definitely a bigger platform. If you're looking into it, I'll put all the details down in the description. So that way you can check out all the different packages that they have, because they even make like an enclosure for this whole setup this big. So definitely cool, and lots of possibilities with a bigger platform. So yeah, definitely cool. All right, well, there you have it, guys. There is my brief overview of the extension rails for the Xtool D1 Pro, and it actually works for the original D1 as well. So definitely a great upgrade for somebody that's looking for a little bit bigger platform, but still wanting to stick with a diode. I mean, obviously, Xtool now has they did a 10, a 20, and a 40-watt module for the diode, and they also have the IR that is able to go on there, and then you can do some metal marking. So depending on what you are looking to do with this machine, you definitely can use this bigger platform to get bigger projects, more efficiency, whatever you're looking for. So I'll leave everything that you need to know down in the description, and the where to go to purchase, my affiliate links, all that stuff down there. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.